Hello, I want to speak with you about psychic warfare. Now, this is all kind of confused, but I wanted to get it out there for you to think about. So, when you do some research on the CIA and the American government and so forth, there's a history of lots of black operations that are not discussed. Of course, this is conspiracy theory. There's no other way around it. But some of these research, I mean, there's like MK Ultra, for example, is one piece of research that was done on how to control people's minds, and a lot of the people that went through MK Ultra were thought by the people to be kind of psychically powerful, but yet there was an ability to manipulate them. Okay, I'm going to connect this to a dream. And in the dream, there were, how can I put this? There were people that were kind of renegades. And it had very much, this is very personal, but I think the theme is maybe more universal. That's why I present it to you. There were these kind of renegades, and they were, trying to create havoc, essentially. Maybe there were other intentions behind it, but that was the general feeling, that they were presenting these feats of, you have to either jump across this building risking your life, or we're going to kill you, that sort of feeling. However, in this dream, I was given the option to sort of opt out. It wasn't really clear why, but I was given that option. And in so doing, somebody else would take my place. So I was giving up my death, or my potential for death, if somebody else took my place. Now, it is the case. This is a place I'm very weak at. This is a place that I know I'm weak. And it's in my ability to stand up, when my life's in jeopardy. Or something like that. I mean, I think it's sort of a universal theme, but I think I'm quite weak at that. So, and here's a far out claim, but there's no other way I can really. I feel that there's enough plausibility to it that I should put it out there and let you think about it. There's another project the Americans have arguably been working on. It's something called Project-Bluebeam, wherein they present a theory, an agenda of aliens coming from other planets, and they are hostile. Or not. This could go either way, I think. But in it, I think it's probably the case that they won't be hostile. Now, the more that I feel into this, if there's any truth to it, it would be that they're probably not going to be hostile. And what happens is that they present ideas to you, symbols in your mind, psychic warfare, symbols in your mind that resonate with you, that resonate with your hopes, fears, desires, and so forth, which allows manipulation. If you believe, as I do, that the dream realm is sort of a deeper element of your reality than your waking state, if nothing else because your waking state's fears, thoughts, and emotions arise from your dream state, or this kind of deeper element of your being, then if you can control those seemingly more primitive emotions, then you can control the conscious waking state, essentially. And that's what a lot of these arguably black ops had to do with controlling that state. So, in one plausible account of how Project-Bluebeam would work would be with satellites and directing information via these satellites into your brain. Sounds pretty far-fetched, I know. Yes, using things like HARP, perhaps. And on a small scale, you can see Jesse Ventura's conspiracy theory about HARP. Talks a little bit about how that could be plausibly maybe used for such a thing. Now, I hate going on tangent. Conspiracy theories are not something I want to talk about, but there's enough potential reality to it that I feel I should voice it. So, again, in this dream, it almost felt like there was this vision being imposed on me, and that in a sense there was a spiritual movement, a clarity, a clarifying process in this, but I was kind of making the wrong choice. Indeed, like, by allowing another person to take my place and risking their lives is a not very heroic move, and not very moral, because you're sacrificing, potentially, not exactly, it's not at your will per se, but you're sort of sacrificing their potential lives for you. And so I tried to kind of counter it myself. If it's nothing else, I think that move is not a very integral one. So I tried to come back after the dream and say, try to vision myself taking the role of jumping, risking my own life. But again, my own visioning process is not as good as an actual dream state experience. I can't put myself in there as clearly as that. So again, that might sound ridiculous. Why would you do that? But again, it's more of just a conscious recognition that I wasn't acting up to my fullest potential and trying to hold that, right? Very bizarre stuff, and I just thought I should throw it out there. Blessings.